Favela, favela, vinha aqui na favela pra sentar no grau, pra sentar no grau, pra sentar no grau, vinha aqui na favela.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you tuning in tonight. My name is Brad Smith. I'm part of Techbuds-Solutions, and I talk everything that has to deal with OTCs. If you're new to the group, if you're new to this channel, I encourage you to check the top right link here that I'm showing you right now. Basically, it kind of walks you through about what Techbuds-Solutions is about, how to get with us on Facebook as well as in our Discord chat group. We are in the process of having our own platform to join. But for now, while we're in the process of doing that, I highly encourage you to check out that video as it walks you step by step through the resources and platforms that we use and utilize right now. So now that I got that out of the way, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a different topic that we're normally used to talking about, and we have been discussing this in our Discord chat group. It's the company Cyrus. The ticker symbol right now is SRUPD, formerly known as SRUP. And so what's been going on with this particular stock is that a few days ago, last week, it went through what's called a forward stock split. Now, I know that a lot of us are familiar with the reverse stock split, which reduces the amount of shares and gives you a smaller piece of the pie, essentially. This is the opposite. This is a forward split that happened. And what that meant was, say, for example, if you had 50,000 shares of this particular stock, say at 7 cents when it was trading the Friday before it split, your share count now has gone up to 2 million shares. So a lot of people would say, well, why would you dilute your own stock? And there are a few reasons for that. One of the main reasons is, to make the stock more appealing, to bring the price of it down. Before the split, it was trading around 7 or 8 cents. And when the split occurred, once shares were available, it was trading a par value of 0.0018 cents per share. And so what that does is that it allows the investor like you and me to be able to get in at a cheaper price. And so a lot of people are like, well, what the heck? I mean, this brings the price per share down. How does this help a stock? So it brings more people in to be able to give this company more money. The reason that they wanted to do that was because they took on these promissory notes. And I can show you right here that well, this is the share reduction. I'll get to that next. But I wanted to get to the 8K here that was released last week, where they took on some promissory notes. And these are some of the guidelines of the notes themselves. So after the split occurred, the banks basically that they took these promissory notes out on basically stated that the price per share had to stay above 0.002 cents. The closing bid had to be 0.002 or higher. If it was below that for 5 consecutive days, they would default on those promissory notes. And so what does that mean for you as the investor? What does it mean for people who got in before the split happened? For me personally, I think it's a great indicator that the company is not interested in staying around this price per share for very long. And the reason I say that is that if you go to the news that was released today on December 5th, they've already started to reduce their outstanding shares, and which continues to reduce the float. So they're basically buying back and retiring some old shares. I think that after this, there's also going to be more news to come. I mean, the reason a company is not going to go through a forward split if they don't already have a plan in place. They went through this 40-to-1 split. If you had whatever shares you had before the split, you have 40 times that now. And the good thing is that if you got in at a high price, you got 2 million shares now, which means that when the stock starts to go up, you have more shares to accumulate with, versus like having 50,000 shares down at the 0.002 cents. You now have 2 million, which means your gains are going to be greater, if that makes sense. And so this is kind of one of those rare things. I honestly think that getting 2 million shares at that price versus 50,000 at 8 cents means that a significantly better position to be in. And so the fact that this company has already started to make moves right after the split occurred tells me that they kind of know what they're doing, and they know there's news that's probably going to be expected to come here relatively soon, because they're trying to get away from that 0.002 cents per share closing bid. They don't want to be anywhere near that, and I have reason to believe that everybody's trying to get into this as low as possible, because it could very well take off and get back to that original price per share that they once were. That is basically the gist of it. One of the resources that we use a lot as OTC traders to figure out stock splits and that sort of thing is the FINRA website itself. This is where it was found out that SRUP was going through with the forward split, and then I shouted it out within our group, and a lot of us were able to get in before the split occurred. So now when we have like I said, just as an example, if you got in at $50,000 a share at like 7 or 8 cents, you now have 2 million shares with a par value of 0.0018 cents per share. And like I said, with the idea that the company is not trying to stay down at that price point, especially since they are trying to keep these promissory notes current, reason to believe that there's going to be other news that's going to come out that makes this stock a lot more attractive, other than the fact that it's just cheap right now. So that is kind of the whole gist of a forward split in a nutshell, and why companies would do something like that. Instead of just like diluting it and stuff like that. I think this is a pretty smart way of going through with it, actually. I don't see how you're going to lose a whole lot here, unless for whatever reason they can't make it above that 0.002 cents per share in 5 consecutive days. I just honestly, the company has been doing very well. They're a cybersecurity company. They do cybersecurity in the healthcare sector, which is obviously pretty high in demand right now, especially like with HIPAA. If you're familiar with the regulations involved with HIPAA, that this company's got a lot going for them. They are current. There's no caveat emptors that are anywhere near in sight that we can see, that I've been able to see. And I just honestly think that the potential here is much greater than any kind of like detriment that may be coming towards this particular company and or stock. There's been a lot of manipulation going on today. If you can see, when the share reduction news was announced, it really skyrocketed. It went up over 0.003, and a lot of us thought, here it is. Here's what we were waiting for. And then there's like this huge sell-off. But if you paid attention to this today, there was a lot of market maker manipulation going on. There's a lot of like fake walls and that sort of thing happening. So I don't know if maybe that was occurring because there's some other people that are really trying to get in on this thing at an extremely low price before it takes off, because that's been known to happen. There's like a lot of accumulation that takes place before a stock runs. But if you look at the Bollinger Bands here, there's some tight ranges within this at the close as well. So stay tuned for this. This could be a really exciting one, in my opinion. As always, this is just stuff that I like to share with you guys to just learn a little bit more about the stock market, especially in this OTC niche that a lot of us enjoy trading in. So this is all for entertainment purposes, and again, this is all in my opinion, just my observation, what I'm seeing. I think that this has the potential to be something extremely exciting once some major news hits. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. I really appreciate you tuning in with me. And if you liked this video, if you learned something today, go ahead and give this video a like, and please subscribe to my channel. I also have other members of Techbuds-Solutions featured on my channel, so I encourage you to check them out, such as Ricky Gutierrez. More good things to come as far as Techbuds-Solutions is concerned, and stay tuned for that. There's some really exciting things coming. That's all I got for you guys tonight. B. Smith is out.